It's God's plan for me, and I respect that. It's God's plan for me, and I believe that. It's God's plan for me, and I receive that. But guess what, dog? You know you better believe that. It's God's plan for me, and I respect that. It's God's plan for me, and I believe that. It's God's plan for me, and I receive that. Fikes. Welcome to Favorite Purpose. I'm your host, Jamail Deal, and if it's your first time tuning in, I'm glad you chose to be a part of the FWP gang. To my returning FWP gang family, we are back with season 2, episode 2. And I got my boy, Big Boss. I know him as Big Boss. I don't think, anybody else. I mean, well, I can't say anybody else, but I call him Big Boss. You know what I mean? Yeah. So Aaron Carter is his name. My guy is out of, El Paso right now. And so I gave him a call. I said, hey, man, I want you to come on a podcast. I know you have a testimony, man, and these people need to hear it. You know what I mean? So Aaron, man, look, it's good to see you, bro. I haven't really seen you in person, since the Soul Ross days, man. But it's good to connect with you. And like I said, I'm ready. I'm so pumped up. We got so excited when we first talked about it, man. So it's here now.
Yes, sir.
And so let's go ahead and tell everybody who you are. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and do that.
Well, first off, y'all know who it is, man. It's your boy, Boss. Like Jamail said, man, known to the, to everybody, government-wise as Aaron Carter, man, but most everybody refers to me as AC Boss. But if y'all don't know, born and raised out of Killeen, Texas, man, had the pleasure of meeting Jamail when I was in college, man, at Soul Ross, and good times. Never forget those times. Met a lot of good people, man, but also went through a lot of things that really opened my eyes and really helped carry me and bring me to where I'm at today with my journey with Christ and just taking the road less traveled, man. And let me tell you, it's been a journey, man, but a blessed one nonetheless, man. So it's an amazing experience and blessing to be here with my boy Jamail, man, and bless the Faith with Purpose podcast, man. It's about to get lit up in here. I hope y'all ready to just sit down, catch some good testimony, good word, man, and really hope y'all take a lot away from this, man, because that boy Jamail is doing something special, man, and just to be included in here with him, man, is a blessing today. So I'm glad to be here with y'all.
I appreciate it, bro. Like I said, we really trying to do, big things, man, and I just couldn't wait to connect with you, man. I know we talk all the time through Instagram, we exchange numbers, and the realness in our conversations, man, I was like, nah, we have to do this, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go ahead and get everything kicked off, man. Like I said, the FWP is excited. They're ready to hear from you. All right, I'm ready to hear from you. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to know who Big Boss is now. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we do, man. Yeah. So what's one thing that you wish that you knew before you began Glory-N-Gainz? Because I need to plug that in there, all right? Because this guy here,
for sure.
Glory-N-Gainz. I love what this man is doing, man. He wakes me up in the morning when I get onto the social media. I'm like, dude, whoa, this dude is lively right now, man, and I need that.
Oh, dang.
So what's one thing you wish you knew before you got into this whole Glory-N-Gainz business side of everything that you're doing?
Man, honestly, bro, I wish I would have started it sooner. I felt like with what I got working with Glory-N-Gainz, man, and what I'm trying to put out there and bring to people all across the world, hopefully, God willing, but is it's just what I already feel like God put in me from day one. You feel me?
Right.
And the thing I wish I would have known, I mean, you hear certain people say, chase your dreams, follow your dreams, chase what's in your heart. And sometimes it comes across as like, oh, that's easy for them to say, because it comes from sometimes when we hear it, a lot of people that have already made it. You know what I'm saying? But I think we all forget that in order for those people to make it, they had to jump. They had to start somewhere. They had to take that risk. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the biggest thing that I wish I would have known is, when God spoke this into my heart, into my mind, I wish I'd have chased it sooner when he put it there, instead of trying to take the path that I felt like, okay, if I do that, it's going to require this, and it's a lot of risk. So, let me take the safe path, the path that I want to take, where it allows me to be the person I'm most comfortable with. But we all know that nothing grows in a comfort zone.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
And so I think when God speaks something into your life, whether it's a dream, a goal, most likely it's going to make you uncomfortable. It's going to take you out of your comfort zone. It's going to challenge you. And we don't like to be in that place,
right.
Because our mind is set up in survival mode. And survival mode is to play it safe. You know what I'm saying? So I really think, for me, I wish I would have known the best route that I could have went for my life is where I'm headed right now. And that's just doing the work and the will of God and whatever it is that he, the purpose he has on my life and whatever it is I'm supposed to bring to people and everybody around me and just anybody that I come into contact with, my brother.
Man, like I said, man, that's beautiful, man. Like I said, everybody has their own journey. You know how we talked about that. Everybody has their own journey, man. But I really wanted to kind of pick your brain, man, and get a chance to like see where you get all of this motivation from. See where how you became this strong, African American man in America. Everything that's going on right now. You know what I mean? And so like dealing with that, I just want to ask you a question real quick because they connect a lot of sinners with failure, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so you got to think about it like this. Within the Bible, they tell you all the things that you're supposed to do. You see like countless times that there are people who's failing left and right, right?
Yeah.
So I'll have to ask you, what was your biggest failure and what did you learn from it?
Man, it's tough because, a lot of times when I look at the word failure, man, um, I can't really say that it really resonates so much with me because I don't necessarily believe that we fail.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? I believe we go through things, we try things, we experience things that may not be in the will of God for our lives or may not go the way we've expected them to go. And some people will equate that with failure, but I equate that with just a learning opportunity and a chance for you to realize a path that you took or something you took a chance on that just didn't work out. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, uh, they talk about Einstein and Thomas Edison and people that did things 1,000 times before they got it right one time.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not a failure, bro. It's just a bunch of different ways that didn't work. Just that caused you to reroute. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
But in line with what you just said, bro, I think it's following. We grow up and I'm not gonna lie, bro. I didn't come from a real troubled childhood. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you still grow up in society where, you know what I'm saying? They tell you as a black man to, at least they try to portray, let me say not tell you, but they portray that really the only way for you to make it out or be successful is to have a ball in your hand or a microphone in your hand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Yeah.
and so sometimes I feel like we feel like we're not good enough especially when it comes to certain things like education and different things like that. Just the way the system's set up, and not, that's nothing to really dive too big into. But I think again, my biggest failure was trying to fit into this system.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like whether it was playing ball or, thank God I grew up around strong women, man. My aunt, my mom, my grandma, strong women that always in whatever area they were in defied odds. And they really taught me that, Aaron, you can do and be whatever it is you want to be. You know what I'm saying? So the failure aspect of it, bro, when things didn't work out, I'm not gonna say I didn't get down at times, but I understood that this was just something that, either wasn't in God's plan for my life or was something that I was trying to force.
Yeah.
And when God's got a calling in your life, bro, when you try to go another route, 9 times out of 10, bro, that route ain't gonna open. The doors ain't gonna open.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I just think, and the biggest thing, especially career-wise, my brother, if I had to equate a failure with that, I would say it was chasing money. I came across and it was crazy because I came across this verse today, but Proverbs 28:20, and it states that a faithful man will abound in blessings, but whoever hastens to be rich will not go unpunished. And I feel like so many times we chase the dollar. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And I get it. We all have dreams and goals. We want these nice things. We want to take care of our families. We want to take care of our significant others, our kids. We want to do these things, which a lot of times requires, financial abundance. But I think we're in such a hurry to get it that we don't even take the time to stop and listen to God. Because when you follow the path that God has drawn out for you, it may take longer, but you're going to reach riches that'll last a lifetime, generations.
Yeah.
You feel me?
For sure.
So that biggest failure, bro, was really trying to walk my path and not God's path, my brother.
I love that, man. Shout out to Mama Boss too. I ain't get a chance to say that, man. Shout out to Mama Boss,
You
man.
lady.
Shout out to the everybody that helped my boy Aaron do his thing, man. Turn into the great man he is today. You know what I'm saying? So, what advice would you give someone wanting to get to know God, right? And how could they try pursuing a relationship with Him? How could you help them pursue a relationship with God? Like, I need to know this, man, because like I said, what we do here at Faith with Purpose, bro. I already told you what we're trying to do. We're trying to connect. You're trying to get everybody to come together, build a relationship with Christ, man. And like I said, we're not doing it for hand claps. We're not doing it for that. We're doing it for
Facts.
we're doing it just to support a community, support society that needs it. Okay, we're
Yeah,
troubling times right now, my brother. So how can you help somebody get to know God? Like, what can you do?
bro. It's so crazy, bro, because I feel like when we have this conversation with people, it it comes across as something so difficult. But I'm gonna lay it flat out there as easy as possible.
All
What
right.
we doing right now.
Yeah.
It's what Faith with Purpose does. Every week when you drop a podcast and you get on that microphone.
Yeah.
It's what Glory-N-Gainz AC does every morning. I get up and record that video hyping everybody up.
Love
It's what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Collabing. What is this? Communication.
Communication, bro.
We just chopping it up.
Yes, sir.
And that's really, at the end of the day, bro, that's all God wants. Is because how else anybody you meet, doesn't matter if it's a significant other, if it's a homeboy, a homegirl, a business partner, or God.
Right.
How do you start that relationship off? Communication. And we all know communication is key in any relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For sure.
I don't have the pleasure just yet of being married, but you're married, my brother. And I know one vital part of marriage is communication. Because if you don't communicate, then how do you know?
It's big.
You know what I'm saying?
It's way bigger than I even imagined it being. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's really big because I mean, if I don't mention just this one thing and she think it's another, it's kind of like that miscommunication can cause all kind of problems. You know what I mean? So
bro, and that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Because if you're not communicating, then you're guessing, you're assuming.
Hey,
and I think it's exactly.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with God, bro. There were so many times when I first started this journey, and my pastor, when I would reach out to him and he'd be like, hey, bro, just, I got you. I don't mind praying for you, but you know what? Why don't you pray? Why don't you talk to God? And I'd sit there like, ooh, man, I just finished doing this. I just finished coming from over here. Or God ain't trying to talk to me right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's the thing is, those are the times when God wants to hear from us the most.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This journey ain't for people that are perfect. This journey ain't for people that have no problem. This is for people that are broken, that need to be healed. And God has just got a heart ready to pour out and open up for us. But it all starts, you can't open up without communication. So my biggest thing that I would give anybody wanting to get to know God, wanting to try to pursue a relationship with him, keep it simple. Just talk to him. And don't worry about, man, I can't hear God. He ain't talking back to me. Trust me. You start communicating with God, and I promise you, whether it's through Faith with Purpose, whether it's through Glory-N-Gainz, whether it's through your mama, your siblings, your homies, your girl, whoever, God will speak.
Right.
Whether it's through walking outside that door, but whatever it is, God talks.
Right.
And he always answers. So that's just the biggest thing, bro. Communication. You can't solidify any relationship without communication, bro. And that would be the key to it all, because that's all God wants, is for us to come to him and talk. Because God knows.
Right.
It ain't nothing we doing it. So you think by not talking to God, he don't know? Like, oh, I can't go talk to God.
I'm gonna try to sneak this.
Yeah, let me keep that tucked off,
Yeah.
But so God just wants you to open up. He wants you to trust him.
Yeah, I like it.
So that'd be it, bro.
I love that, man. So we do need to kind of, help each other connect with God, man. Communicate with him, trust him. And, just because somebody, like, say, for instance, man, somebody come up to you, or me and you go up to somebody, man, we try to present this stuff to them. You know how many looks we'll get? Because I thought about this the other day. I thought about, like, because, I did my 5, 5, 5, and 5 challenge for, the end of January. And so at the end of the month, I'm going to do another challenge. And so I thought to myself, like, why should I feel ashamed to go out in public, right? Because I want to do a challenge where people actually go out into the public, and they try to connect with somebody, a stranger, right? And just basically
Yeah,
saying like, hey,
I like that.
do you know what your purpose is or something like that? Or say, hey, I represent faith with purpose, whatever. I'm a part of this group or whatever, or part of this community. And we just kind of like want to connect to God. Really, all I want to do is either pray for you right now, or right, either want to pray for you, or I want to like get you to listen to the podcast and then tag somebody else and then share with somebody else. And then after that, we're going to pray together. You know what I'm saying? We're going to start a group.
Yeah,
We're going to start a Bible study. So I'm trying to think of ways to keep getting everybody connected, because social media is really big, right? And
yeah,
so, I mean, and it could be a negative place. I mean, you talked about that. It could be a negative place, right? And so
facts.
we got to think about the resources that we have available to us. And so what this resource is to, like, people like me and you, we make the time out of our schedule in our day to have these conversations. You see what I'm saying? Just like you make time to post your little post on social media, you make time to have this little rant, you make your time to vent to people that you don't
Yeah,
even know, really.
yeah,
At one point you just adding random people on your social media
yeah,
based off of sinful in nature. You're being sinful in nature, saying, "Oh, she look good." You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm
facts.
gonna add her, or
Yeah,
vice versa. She's saying, "Oh, he look good. Oh, let me go add him." It seemed like he got everything going on. When deep down inside, that
yeah,
person would be hurting, man. You know what I mean? But
for real.
I want you to be able to tell these people, you know, the best resources that helped you along the way. What has helped you the most as far as resources, connecting with God or building a relationship with Him?
Man, I mean, when you touched on an important thing. Obviously, the biggest resource we have right now is social media, is the internet. Um, but like you said, I mean, I kind of started this journey prior to getting. I mean, we've had social media, but prior to really diving into it, um, man, honestly, bro, my resources personally have
Mhm.
just been the people that God's put in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's been my pastor, who I met in 2011 at the high tide of, if anybody knew sin at that time, AC knew sin. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, let me just keep it all the way real. So, to meet him at a time where God wasn't even on my radar. I mean, I always knew God. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
having a relationship with God was never a concern of mine or worry, just whatever. Um, and to have somebody like my pastor, bro, who not only fed me the word, but who believed in me when I continued to try to walk my path and live in the flesh, and who was always there to never, which people talk about the biggest thing right now with Christians and why they stay out of the church is because they're hypocrites. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? They go to church, but if someone comes to church dressed not as well, they want to talk about them. If
Right.
someone comes to church dressed, and I mean, I'm sure a lot of females deal with this, but dressed too well, they
Right.
talk about them.
Right.
If someone comes to church and maybe they had a night out that was bad, and they come to church smelling some kind of way, you talk. So a lot of people are scared to come to God and come to church because Christians right now, not all, but a lot of Christians are being real bad examples for people that are trying to find God.
Mm.
So to have someone like my pastor, bro, when at the height of my life, when someone had the right, I mean, maybe, he without sin cast the first stone, so maybe not technically had the right, but when someone could have judged me because of what I was out there doing, and he didn't.
Right.
And he welcomed me into his home every time, prayed for me, fought for me, to come to church, and so, definitely my pastor, man. And then once I started walking that road and going the social media route, my followers.
Mm.
Like I said, bro, there's a lot of days where I don't feel like making videos. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I mean, my energy and everything, a lot of that is natural. But there are still days, bro. I'm sure, I know everybody's probably heard this analogy, bro. It's like you take a pitcher of water and you keep pouring out, right? So
Mm.
I'm making videos every morning, pouring out, pouring out, pouring out. And eventually I'm gonna be empty.
Yeah.
Because either if I'm not feeding myself, taking the time to feed myself, and I don't have anybody pouring into me, then I'm gonna be empty. What do I have left to pour into my followers, into people that believe? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, just having those, when I feel like that, and I fall back, I let the enemy work in my mind, and I fall back from like, man, I ain't gonna make a video today. And then here comes God with somebody like, hey, you okay? I ain't see a video today. I ain't hear the woo. All right, hey, yo, I didn't see the I was looking forward to it. Those kind of things, bro, have been the biggest motivation for me. Because I've always been pretty self-motivated when it comes to like external stuff, the gym, working out, furthering myself in my career, whatever it is. I've always been a hard worker. But sometimes you need those other people that you're pouring into, sometimes just to pour into you a little bit. So my pastor, bro, and yeah, man, my followers, bro, because again, like you, like Faith with Purpose, I know you're reaching people, and I know you're still fairly new in probably what, the 6-7 months you've been going, 8 months I think now that you've been going. But again, this isn't a journey, like a quick thing. This is something, and like you said, that's not our goal. Our goal is not to just blow up and just be this hype thing. No, I mean, we want to blow up when the time is right, but we want to blow up for the kingdom and on God's timing. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and just that, like I without my pastor and someone taking the time to believe in me, instead of all the people I was around that was encouraging me to do what I was doing, having that one person believe in me. And then when I let God speak into me and go this route, and then having my followers and the friends that still mess with me, believe in me, those resources, bro, are resources that you can't, they're not, they're unmatched.
Yeah, I love it, man. Me, I already told you, I love it. You know what I'm saying? I pretty much, I watch your stories. You know what I'm saying? I watched you blossom, or into this man that you are today, right? I've seen you grow over the years. You know what I mean? Just like you said, man, it's kind of like, just because I don't talk to you every day doesn't mean that I'm not watching, right? Just because I don't reach out to you every day doesn't mean that I don't love you, right? It's like that kind of stuff, man. Like, I got so much love for you, bro. It's like you wouldn't know that because I don't tell you that every day, right? Yeah. But it's like that one moment where you need it the most, God will put the words in my heart and say, hey, see, bro, I love you, man. You know what I'm saying? And you'd be like, what the boy Jamail talking about? Like, do you be taking, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm good. I'm just letting you know, man, I love you, bro. God loves you, bro. We gonna do everything we can today to motivate these people. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the relationship works, right? And so, who are the 3 most influential people to you?
Well, I mean, obviously, I already let it be known how important my pastor was in my life, man. So he's definitely one of those 3. I'm not going to really have to elaborate on that because I pretty much explained that previously. But number 2 has to be my mom. Yeah. My mom has been through a lot in life, a lot of, and it's crazy because me and her have kind of followed the same path, different decisions, but both a path where decisions we've made could have really impacted our lives in a negative way. And even my mom, without getting into her situation, she made a decision that impacted her life in a negative way. But even then, her being a resilient woman, and I think just being a mother in general, realizing like she's got a son that no matter what happens to her, she got to be there for her son. Just my mom being the strong woman that she is, bro. And we hear it all the time about our strong Black women. But I think people that may not have really experienced, and I'm not, nothing against, any other race of women or anything like that, but it's just strong Black women, bro. I mean, they're strong Black women. And to watch my mom go through the things that she's been through and still wake up every morning with a positive mindset, a lot of things that I feel like just naturally I got from her. Sometimes, I may not have, she may not have like conversationally or exemplified certain things to me, but just certain things I think naturally I got from her because she wasn't around for a portion of my life. She was around, but not physically around, and so just to watch her be where she's at today, battling through all of that, still to have the faith she has in God and still to be as positive as she is in her life, where I feel like a lot of people in that situation could have called it quits or could have gone back to doing the things that they were doing. My mom, she's here and she's here with me today. And, she's a huge reason I'm here in El Paso. So thank God for her every single day. And, number 3 for me, and it's Jesus Christ, bro.
Ah,
and it's Jesus Christ, bro, and God. I know, we touched on before. Anybody that knows God knows, He's the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, so the Trinity, all encompassed.
mm-hmm.
But I picked Jesus specifically, just the man version of God,
Right.
because Jesus was no different than we are, bro. And when Jesus was here on earth, Jesus is the only perfect man, only previously and only perfect man that ever will be. But the thing that really resonates with me about Jesus is that Jesus faced every temptation that we face today.
Yeah.
And he was able to overcome it.
Yeah.
So I know to some people will be like, hold up though, that's Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus ain't gonna give in. They're right, he didn't, but we also don't have to give in.
You don't.
It's a choice.
Yeah.
And Jesus was put here with a purpose, but Jesus had a choice.
Yeah.
And Jesus just happened to make the right choice every time. Now, I don't know, probably the one time because Jesus knew what he was put here for. But even the time right before the soldiers came and got him when he went away to pray, he kind of begged God to not let it happen, which was probably I think the only time, if I'm not mistaken, that Jesus kind of went against the will of God. Didn't go against it, but asked him to please like a different outcome. But then we all know eventually Jesus at the end of the prayer, if it be your will be done.
It will be done, man.
So he corrected himself. But I think, but yeah, bro, Jesus, just because, again, we all got a choice. Whatever it is, and that's one thing, and I'll end this one with that. But my grandma used to tell me every day when I would go out to school, she'd be like, Aaron, just remember, you walk out that door, you got, your life is in your hands. When you walk out of that door, every decision you make has a consequence. Whether it's good or bad, it's got a consequence. And just remember, whatever you choose, you're going to pay that consequence.
Right.
So my grandma made it be known whenever I walked outside of that door, when I was no longer in her care, in her physical care, I had decisions to make. And she let it be known. Aaron, you know right from wrong. You make those decisions, you are going to deal with the consequences. And I did. You know what I'm saying? I did. But I think that's the biggest thing, bro. So them have to be, for me, my three biggest people, man.
All right, that's dope. I like that Jesus Christ one too. You know what I'm saying? That's a good one. That's a real good one. So, what is one common myth about you as a Christian or a person of faith that you want to debunk? Like you just want people to know, like, hey, man, this is a myth. You know what I mean? Like I've done, my sinning, but at the same time, like you don't know me that well. I want you to get to know AC, like for real, like as a Christian, as a man of faith. Like, what is one thing that you wish you could change? The perspective of about your life or about what people assume, because the word assume comes up a lot. Assume.
Yeah. I feel like everybody feels like it's like every single thing that you enjoy doing, you can't do it anymore. And I'm keeping it real, because I know there's going to be people. I mean, you went to college with me. There's going to be people that are going to listen to this, that's going to watch this, and they know a previous version of AC. And I'm not going to sit here and say that Aaron Glory-N-Gainz is a completely 180-degree person, because I'm not. There's still things I'm working on, but I want to debunk that. I'll tell for me, if anybody knows me, they know that AC was a turn-up king.
Yeah.
All right. And when I say that, I mean as far as like, going out, drinking, partying. So I knew that there were a lot of instances in my life where I knew there was an issue with alcohol. But I want people to understand that I'm not saying that having a drink is a problem. But what I'm saying is, Jesus turned water into wine. They drink in the Bible. But what people need to understand is the sin is not what you're putting into your body. Even though we know our body's a temple, we are to take care of it. The sin is not the fact that they were drinking wine at all. The sin is the fact of them being drunks and the acts that come out of them from what they're putting in their body.
Right.
So, people need to understand, like, if you don't have to, like, man, when I started walking this path, I used to be like, man, AC, You can't hang with your boys no more because you can't have no alcohol. You can't drink. You
Oh,
can't go nowhere. You can't go to the wing bar and even watch the game because there's alcohol at the wing bar. And
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, bro? I used to be so hard on myself. And then I go and I feel like, man, God's gonna punish me. Like this is, oh, man, I'm gonna be in trouble.
yeah.
But bro, it's not. If you want to go out and enjoy an alcoholic beverage, if that's you, then you can do that. God is not sitting here saying you can't drink at all. But again, you have to be mindful of how much you consume. Because if you consume enough that's going to bring out that side of you or those sinful acts in you, then yes, that's things you have to pull back and start to look at, which is what I've had to do. And so I would just want to, because I used to think, man, Aaron, like you being a Christian is gonna be boring. You can't hang out with none of your friends. You can't leave the house. You can't do nothing.
That's so much.
You know what I'm saying? But I realized, like, bro, God come. The enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy, bro. Any thoughts like that? That's the enemy. God comes so that you can live life, have joy, and have life in abundance.
Yeah.
God wants you to enjoy life, and everybody doesn't understand. A lot of the things out here that this earth and this world has turned into fun and pleasure, that's really sin. It's around because God created it. But again, it's well, I haven't said this yet, but it's in the concept of how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
So sex. Let's just unfilter this. All right. Sex. We're all grown.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
But God meant sex to be had in the right context, which is in marriage with your partner, your lifelong partner. Okay. Not casually with everybody you meet or everybody you run into. And then people wonder, I don't know, people believe in soul ties, but people wonder why they get connected and tied to these people that are so toxic for their life, because you're giving them the most pure part of you that is meant for the person you're meant to be with, not for everybody. Yes. Then they wonder why they can't let go of these people, or they're tied to these people. And these people are nothing but toxic for their life because you're doing everything out of the right context. Alcohol. You want to go out and have a drink, have a drink. But when is alcohol a problem? When you take it upon yourself to drink too many out of the context of the enjoyment that it was meant to be, which is just a drink to have a good time, not a drink to get retarded and get crazy. You know what I'm saying? And again, AC can speak on that. I'm sure some people probably, they probably see me at that. So, but I mean, it's just that I would just want to debunk that, bro. That just because you walk this path and you decide that God's purpose for your life is the way to go, it doesn't mean that you cannot enjoy life the way you enjoy it. You may have to make some changes and alter some things, but it doesn't mean that being a Christian and walking this path is boring and you can never do anything you enjoy doing ever again. You just got to find different ways to enjoy it.
Plain and simple, man. Plain and simple, just like that. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, you're helping somebody out there right now, man. Like, somebody who may be struggling with alcoholism, or, they just maybe struggling with turning up so much, right? And so with them seeing you and hearing from you, man, and just seeing how you can turn things around, or how Christ can turn things around for you.
Yeah, facts.
Maybe you don't know who you're calling to this right now, man. You're talking to somebody. You know what I mean? Like you said,
that's all I ask.
You're talking to somebody. Somebody's listening and saying, man, this guy right here, he's showing me that God uses us, right? So God uses us to speak to people, so God is using you right now to speak to that man or woman out there who may be struggling with what you struggle with, for a long time, which it seems like, you know what I mean? And so I'm just glad that you're doing better, man. I'm glad that you are, able to have glory and gains, and, also just motivate and uplift people, man, because that's what it's really about today. And so what made you decide to follow Christ? But then I'm hit you with two questions real quick, all right? Because I know I gotta honor your time, bro, and respect your time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, what made you decide to follow Christ? And then we're gonna also finish that up with where can your listeners like connect with you online. So we're gonna go ahead and cover that Christ question real quick, and then we get back to putting your glory and gains out there so people can kind of connect with you.
Yeah. So So I'm gonna try to just make this really as quick as possible, man. What made me decide to follow Christ was realizing that the path that I was going and I wanted to take my life, if I would have stayed on that journey, it was gonna lead me to death. And I would just put it in college. I wrecked 2 vehicles drunk driving, and for some reason God had a hand over me and didn't get caught by the cops, didn't get in trouble, but wrecked 2 vehicles. And I'm sitting here right now, which is something a lot of people may not know, but sitting here right now, 3 DUIs later, and my 3rd DUI, which was in 2018, I did 8 months in Phoenix. Okay. And again, a lot of people don't know. I didn't really share this with a lot of people, but I feel like it's part of my testimony. And again, I'll open up about this later on. But the biggest thing was, I feel like God gives us plenty of signs, and my signs were those wrecked cars in Alpine, a couple of them. But God gives us plenty of signs where he's like, okay, I'm gonna give you the chance to turn this around. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then when you don't listen, when you continue to try to do things your way, God's like, all right, look, now I got to intervene and I got to sit you down. And I feel like that was what that was in Phoenix. God had to step in and be like, look, I've gave you too many chances. Now I got to intervene and I got to sit you down and make you, before you sit yourself down, which could be in a grave, in a prison, long term. You know what I'm saying? So that was just when I realized, like, the way I want to do this and the way I'm trying to go and enjoy life and what I thought was it ain't the way. Right. And and I realized, bro, that the only way I was ever going to get saved from that or really live a life of abundance or a life that I'm really happy and proud of was to follow my purpose in the kingdom and whatever God had on my life. And so that leads us to why and where Glory-N-Gainz comes from. Anybody that knows me knows, even aside from all the other stuff, I've always been big into working out. The gym has been the easy part for me. Obviously, I'm still a work in progress because of, the drinking and then eating. But the gym has always been a natural part for me. 2 times a day, easy. I have no problem waking up 4 a.m, hitting it, going back at night, hitting it. But Glory-N-Gainz, man, is not just about, I put glory first because at first I was thinking gains and glory, but I put glory first because I owe it all to God. Before I do anything in the morning, I got it. Before I move in that bed, when my eyes open, the first thing I do is thank God for another day. Right. So glory comes first before anything. And when I say gains is not just in the aspect of physically lifting weights, but it's gains in every area of your life. Progress. Right. You know what I'm saying? We don't pursue a life of perfection. We pursue a life of progression. And every day I want people to get better, whether that's physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially. I want everybody to progressively get gains in every area of their life. And that's what Glory-N-Gainz is about. You know what I'm saying? Showing love to God for the opportunity that we have today. Right. And then making sure that we take that opportunity and we turn it into gains in every area of life, bro.
Turn it into gains in area.
Gains all day, baby. Gains all day.
Bro, I love it, man. So let's go ahead and plug in your social medias, man, so people can know where to follow you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. So right now the Instagram is AC, aka Boss. Glory-N-Gainz is coming. I had previously had it as my name, but I really want Glory-N-Gainz to be its own affiliate. So I still have, I think, 3 or 4 days before I can actually use the name. So the Glory-N-Gainz Instagram will be coming, I'd say a week. It'll be there. Start uploading content. The YouTube channel and everything, that's already actually created. So Glory-N-Gainz, the YouTube is there. There's nothing there yet because I'm still in the process of trying to learn how to do the video editing and things of that nature. But I guarantee y'all by summer, everything will be full go to YouTube. I mean, it's active now. So if you want to follow for when things get posted, and I'll keep y'all posted on my social media, ACAK Boss. Facebook is Aaron Boss Carter or Aaron Carter. Y'all should be able to find me. I'm the one rocking the crown like a boss and a king. And and the Glory-N-Gainz, like I said, about a week, that page will be up and we'll start putting content on there, man. So, we got big things coming this year, man. My boy Jamail had me on the Faith with Purpose podcast, bro. And I'm gonna connect with him as much as possible because podcast is the next thing we want to get going to with Glory-N-Gainz. So that trying to branch out, we just want to reach people. Like I said, it's not here about, a monetary thing. It's not about trying to be famous and popular. We just trying to reach people. We trying to bring people to the kingdom, and we trying to bring the kingdom to people. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at. Glory-N-Gainz coming in about a week, but right now Instagram, ACAKA Boss, Facebook, Aaron, Boss Carter. Really not active on Twitter yet, but Glory-N-Gainz will get there. So
yeah. Man, you know what? I'm gonna message you real quick because I remember that conversation you was messaging me about my kinesiology degrees, right? You must be a businessman. You must be a businessman because you didn't set up you said your name about 2 or 3 times. You know how you always gotta make sure that
bro. Yeah.
When you call, don't forget. And again, that is 832-955-0623. One more time. It is 832.
One more time. Gotta make sure they heard it.
That's cool, man.
Sure,
So
man.
look, we gonna end it with this question that I have to ask all my guests to come on my show because you've been, I already had you as a member of my favorite WP, in my faith family. You know what I'm saying? I said faith with WP. Boy, it's almost time for us to go. Boy, I ain't been drinking. I ain't been drinking. But look, I'm telling you, man.
Promise y'all I haven't either.
I'm just saying, God knows my heart, right? And so, I've been coaching, man, and I had a long day, and so I told you that, man, we was gonna get this in regardless.
Facts, no matter what.
It didn't matter if it was midnight, it didn't matter if it was 3 a.m. We was gonna get this because, like I said, it was on our heart, man. We already had the discussion. We're ready.
Yeah.
But here's the question. The big $1 million question. I say $1 million. The big Jesus Christ dollar question. What does faith with purpose mean to you, bro? What does it mean to you, man?
Bro, faith with purpose means everything. Because I'm gonna take your real scripture real quick. We walk by faith and not by sight.
Boom.
Because what can you do? And I'm gonna tally this question really quick for people that are already strong in their faith and people that ain't. What can you accomplish in life without faith? And even if let's say you're not a strong believer as of yet, because you will be by the time y'all done messing with us. But if you're not a big believer just yet, you know what I'm saying? What is it that you believe in? Right. What is it that pushes you to accomplish whatever your goal? Because again, whether it's your purpose in the kingdom or whether it's your dream or your goal in life, you only pursue that because you believe in it, right? That's what wakes us up every morning. I mean, I know a lot of people go to jobs they don't like, but for people that chase their dreams and people that chase their goals and things that they've always wanted to accomplish, the only way to do that is by believing in it. Because if you don't believe in it, or if you don't have faith in your purpose, then you're not gonna move accordingly. You're not gonna grind when you don't want to get out of bed. You're not gonna get out of bed. When you don't want to go lift those weights, or when you don't want to go prepare those meeting things, or when you don't want to go meet with these people that you want to get your business jumping. Yeah. You don't feel like it. But if it's your dream, it's your goal, if it's your purpose, then you do it because somewhere inside you got faith to know that you do your leg work and the rest will come.
Yeah. And
whether that's you believing in just the universe, that's you, or whether that's you believing, hey, God's gonna make it happen, which he do. Yeah. So faith with purpose is everything to me, bro, because there's no way to have a purpose without faith, because then it's like, what are you operating on? You feel me? Yeah. Who wakes up? I mean, I'm sure people think like this, but who wakes up and thinks I'm gonna get $1 million by just laying in bed 24/7? $1 million is one day gonna show up.
Ain't gonna happen.
Never. I mean, you can keep thinking if you do. I ain't judging you, but it ain't most likely not gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, bro, faith with purpose is everything, because again, we walk by faith and not by sight. We don't look at our circumstances. We don't listen to what people tell us. We don't operate out of our condition or where we are or where we came from. We operate out of the fact that we have faith and believe in that what God put on our hearts will come to pass if we do what we gotta do. God ain't a liar, bro.
Nah.
God keeps all his promises. And if God put a promise, I'm telling you, if you got a dream or you got a goal, you may not be a believer, but if you got a dream or got a goal, let me tell you, that's a purpose. That's what we call that. That's a purpose. So you may think it's just a goal, but that's a purpose.
Yes, sir.
And God is telling you to pursue that. So the one thing I want y'all to take away from this tonight, if there's something on your heart, a goal, a dream, a purpose, pursue it. Don't be scared. Jump. You gotta jump, because if you never jump, You never know, like Steve Harvey say, you never know if that parachute's gonna open. But I can tell you, if you don't jump, the parachute will never open, guaranteed. And that's facts.
And that's fikes. You know what I'm saying? We say fikes on
Facts.
you know, we say fikes. Say fikes, bro. Say fikes.
Facts.
Man, but I mean, on a serious note, bro, like I say the same thing, man. You know, I tell my wife all the time, dude, like, you know, basketball is my favorite sport. You know, I love it to death.
Yeah.
So I say it like this, man. You miss 100% of the shots that you never take. You know,
that is facts.
You will not get a chance to, you know, you not get a chance to see if you can make the shot now if you don't shoot it.
That's facts.
Man, so
if you don't take it, you never know.
You never know, bro. You never know. So, man, look, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode with what I always end it with. And like I said, man, we're going to continue to collab and continue to reach out to each other because, man, we got to get this community going, man, and keep these people uplifted and motivated. You feel me?
Yeah.
So basically, guys, all I want to say is that I hope that this message helps somebody today. And I hope that you can share this message, you know, with a friend or a family member. All right. And so as I am a fairly new podcast, man, we got some fire stuff coming your way, man. Like I said, me and the big boss, we're not done yet. You know what I'm saying? We are just getting started.
Oh, bro.
What you got? I'm telling you.
We just tipping down.
You know how we be tipping.
We just tipping down.
You feel me? Know what I'm saying? So look, don't hesitate to reach out to any one of us. You know what I'm saying? FWP, Glory-N-Gainz. Don't hesitate to reach out to us on social media platforms, man, for prayers. We do that. Thanks. You know what I'm saying? Suggestions on, you know, topics you guys may want us to talk about. You know, next time me and Big Boss collab, or when I go on his podcast, when he get his started. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
we can have topics ready, you know, and just, you know, collaborations, man. And like I said, we just want to collab and keep giving you guys good content, man. And like I said, it's a learning experience, you know, just like, you know, Boss said, he had to learn a lot of things in life. And as well as I had to, you know what I'm saying? And so, man, I definitely remember those days, though, bro. I remember them days, man, when we were sitting there in the Lobo doing our thing, man. But anyways, bro, we're not gonna get to that on this episode. We gotta bring him back. And the next time we talk, we gotta talk about some other stuff, man. All right.
Hey, for sure, man.
I really appreciate you being on the show, man, taking the time out to, you know, talk to the people. And I just hope everybody, you know, we'll get a chance to reach out to Glory-N-Gainz, man, and AC the boss, man, because he's a great dude. Like I said, he took
appreciate that, man.
And you know, he stayed up late with your boy to get this interview done, man. And so I appreciate it.
Hey, when God's work is calling, man, you pick up.
Yeah, so, for sure, man. So thank you for tuning in, FWP gang. I love you. God loves you, and that's Fikes. All right.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
With purpose is for me. On me. On me. With purpose is for me. On me. With purpose is for me. On me. Jesus. On me. Peace. On me. Yup. On me. Yup. On me. Yup. On me.